Hey guys, so today I am making a video all about my work bag. And I decided that it would be a good idea because a few people had actually asked me if I would do this. Since I'm not actually working today, I did have to get it like all set up. But everything is in here now, and I am really excited to show you guys what's in it. I work at a gas station, so Arlo stays behind the counter most of the time, and he just kind of lays there unless I need him for something. If I'm standing behind the counter and like checking people out and he needs to alert me, he will. So, yeah, let's get right into it. We are going to start back here with the tomato part of the cheeseburger. And the first thing that I keep in here is probably one of the most important. It is Arlo's pop-up crate. I would take it out, but it's kind of difficult to get to fit back into its little bag. But really what it is it's a little crate. Basically, it only has room for Arlo to like lay down comfortably. He's got some space, but it doesn't have room for him to do anything like, you know, like run around or jump or anything like that. But he can definitely turn around in it. And basically all we use it for is if Arlo is, if he's been like getting up from place, which if you guys don't know, Arlo is a service dog in training. So, he does get up from place sometimes. So I will put him in this if he does that, just to make sure that he doesn't get himself into trouble. But basically all it is it's like a crate. It's got mesh windows on both sides, and then on the front it's got a mesh door that you can zip closed. And it's made of cloth, and you know, you can just wipe it off if it gets dirty. So I got it on Amazon for like $20. It was really nice. The second thing that is in my bag is this placemat, and it isn't a real placemat, I guess. I just got it at St. Vinny's, and it's like a fleece blanket. So basically, you know, he just stays on it, and I'm not going to unfold the whole thing. It is just fleece so that he can lay on it, and yeah, he stays on it for most of the day at work, unless we need to use the portable crate. In my bag, I also keep some snacks. I take medication in the morning that requires me to eat almost immediately afterwards, but when I'm getting ready for work, it's really difficult to do that. So most of the time I will just bring something with me. The past few days I've been bringing Cheerios, but I just put this white cheddar popcorn in there, and I will normally snack on it throughout the day, just because when you're at work, you know, you get hungry. I also keep Arlo's collapsible bowl. I also used this when I was going to my intensive outpatient program. So it's really nice because, you know, it just collapses. You've got the clip so you can clip it to anything. And normally it depends which shift I'm on, if I'm on the morning or night shift, if I really need to bring this. But recently I've been bringing it to both, and I'll put his breakfast in here, so that he can eat it at like a normal time versus at like 4 in the morning. I will normally fill this when we're at work. After he's done, I fill it with water and ice because he likes to chew on ice, and his vet said that it might be like good to get stuff off of his teeth. The next thing that's in our bag is this huge retractable leash. It's a big Flexi Compact 3, and it's pretty heavy duty. And the thing is he's very good off leash as well outside, but we just use this because since I do work at a gas station, cars are going in and out all the time, and I just want to be really safe. But when he's going to the bathroom or something like this, the Flexi is nice because it allows him to go around into the like grass area without me having to follow directly behind him, so that I can like watch him at the same time as I watch the door to make sure nobody's like going inside, if I'm not in there and like able to help them right away. And the other thing that's nice about this is that I don't bring like a longer leash most of the time. I just bring a traffic lead and then like my hands-free leash just in case. So having a longer leash is nice for that. The next thing that is in my bag is our food bag. The nice thing about this is that it fits exactly a cup and a fourth. So that's pretty much what I've been giving him for breakfast lately. On days that we are still active. On days that we're not active, I give him a cup per vet recommendations. But if it's like a day that, you know, we're going to work and then afterwards we're going to go to the park or we're going to go on a walk or something like that, he will get a cup and a half in here. And then I just pour it into that bag, or I stuff it in a Kong. And then also in there is his little vitamin tablet, which is a supplement that is supposed to help with his growth because he is going to and inevitably be a giant poodle eventually. So his breeder gives those supplements to all of her poodles, and I'm going to give them to him at least until he's full grown. Kind of along that same line, I also have a bag of our usual training treats. I don't actually get training treats because I think that they're a lot higher in fat and they are just more expensive. So what I get is like a different kind of kibble than the stuff that he usually eats, which is Victor Professional. So I get that, and then I just, whatever doesn't fit in my treat pouch, I put in here. So I have a full treat pouch, and then this, so that in case he needs it throughout the 7 hours that we're at work every day, 7 to 8, we have extra treats just in case. Sometimes I'll put a few of these in his Kong just to make sure that he's, you know, staying interested in it. In here I also do keep my Lavender Addicted to Treats hands-free leash. It's very versatile. I did do a review on this leash. I will try to remember to put that link down in the description of that review so you guys can see what I think about this leash and if I think you should get one. It's really nice for tethering and stuff like that. The clips are pretty good for his collar. And it's in case he gets antsy or something like that, or if I think I might need him but I need to go somewhere, like in the back room, or if I'm like stocking soda coolers or something like that. So I will tether him to me, and he'll just like place wherever I'm doing stuff, and if I need to get up, he'll just follow. So it's nice because it's adjustable, and it isn't like some like cotton rope leashes that I've seen where you have to like, you know, roll it up a certain way, otherwise it gets weird. This one is pretty nice with not doing that. On to the fun part for Arlo. I normally keep at least 3 toys in here, and I try to rotate it so that every day it's kind of interesting for him. Today we happen to have the toys in here that I brought to work when we went yesterday. So I have this toy. I never bring squeaky toys to work because obviously they're too loud. But this, he's usually pretty quiet with it, and it just makes, you know, like the crinkling paper noises. And it's like minky. It's pretty durable. I've had this as long as I've had Arlo, and he has not destroyed anything on it except breaking the top string that used to like hold it like that. So I'm pretty okay with bringing this with us, and not like being full attention on him, watching him play with it. I also bring his Kong every day. I normally throw this like in the dishwasher, like every day when we get home, but today I knew I was doing this video, so I haven't touched anything in here. So this I'll normally fill with his food, maybe a few of his treats, just to kind of keep him stimulated while he basically has to stay in place all day. And that's, you know, kind of rough for him, so I wanted to, you know, make sure that he had something that he was still interested in. He's really good about not rolling this too far away. He likes to use his paws with it, so he normally will hold it and then try to get the treats out. Sometimes he'll bat it and try to get them out, but he won't, like, roll it off of his placemat. So that's kind of nice that we have that. Normally I bring a rope toy as well. So this is the rope toy that we had the other day. I got this at the dollar store. You know, it's nothing insane. And it's pretty durable. It's not gonna, like, you know, he hasn't bitten strings off of it or bitten these plastic things off of it yet. So I'm pretty happy with that. He really likes this one. Yeah, and the rope toys are really good for cleaning the back of his teeth. We do brush his teeth probably once every 2 days. The reason that I've kind of slowed down on it is because I've realized that he's teething, and it makes his gums bleed pretty bad when I do it, and it isn't, obviously it doesn't feel good. So we've been kind of trying to hold back on the toothbrushing a little bit just while he's almost done teething, and his, teeth are fully coming in. So this is really nice for that because it's not painful and it kind of reduces the pain of teething. And it cleans the back of his teeth where I can't quite get right now due to the fact that he is teething. And the last thing that I always bring with us when we go in his toy selection is an antler. So I currently have 2 of these, and he basically just started with them. And he was originally really interested in them and he loved chewing on them, but now it's sort of gotten to the point where it's like, I don't know, maybe he's bored of it, but he'll chew on it for a few minutes, but then he'll kind of stop. But when we had a horn that I used to bring, he would chew on it forever, as long as he had it. As long as I, gave it to him. But the thing is I noticed that he was ripping pieces off of it and, eating it, and that kind of, I knew that the whole thing was digestible, but the fact that he was eating so much of that and I didn't know, how many calories were in it or how it might affect, his diet, it just kind of made me nervous. And also, the horns smell terrible, so I can't bring them to work anymore. And basically my parents are like, if you have that in the house, you can only do it outside. So we basically stopped using the horn almost entirely, and switched over to these antlers. How do you guys keep your dogs interested in antlers? Because I'm really curious to know. I don't want to rub the whole thing in peanut butter or anything like that, just because I don't want it to be too messy at work. I'm thinking of getting maybe some horns that are hollow, because these ones still have the bone marrow in them. I'm trying to think if I should get some that are hollow so that I can stuff them like the Kong with I could stuff it with peanut butter, that would be okay, or stuffing it and then freezing it with the peanut butter in it, that might be fine. Just putting it on the outside isn't something that I would be okay with. But what do you guys do? I'm curious to know. The first thing that we have in here is my pencil case. And you guys might think this is kind of weird to bring a pencil case to work, but we run out of pencils a lot, and pens and stuff like that. So I have pencils, pens, highlighters, permanent markers. All of that stuff is really helpful to have at work, and it's nice to have my own supply of it so that in case we do run out, I have some extra that I can use personally. This may seem kind of obvious to you guys, but of course I keep my wallet in here. My wallet's got some extra spending money just in case I need it for an emergency. And then I've got all my cards in here, driver's license, etc. So that I have here. And then as you guys probably may or may not know, I have IBS, so I bring Tums with me almost everywhere. This is just my biggest bottle of it that I take to work with me because I try to bring food with me most days, enough to keep me through the day, but sometimes I'm working through mealtime. So I'm working through breakfast and lunch in a morning shift, and then at a night shift I'm working through dinner. So I, get hungry. I haven't had to use them too often, but, just in case I do need them, they are there. I also have some extra strength pain reliever. I also bring my planner with me to work. Now, if you guys don't know, this planner is absolutely amazing. I love it. It is the 12-month agenda, and it is undated, which is probably the best kind of planner to get if you're like me and sometimes you forget that you have a planner. It's by Adam J. Kurtz. He does some of the most amazing planners and agendas that I have ever seen. So basically, it has goals that you may have for this upcoming year, grown-up chore charts, which are really fun. And basically the smaller boxes are really nice to have because you know, you can use them really easily versus like, you know, having like a big, you know, whole page for one day. And like it said, it's undated, so, you know, I put my own tabs on there that are from the back, and they are really nice. Obviously, I've forgotten about it for a little bit, but then when I started work up again, it's really important for me to have something like this so that I can take off the days that I need to take off. So, yeah, and it has stickers in the back, which are really fun. I haven't used too many of them because I've only had it since the beginning of the year, and I'm hoping to get another planner by him for next year, and I should probably start looking now because this is when they'll be the cheapest. Also in my bag, I obviously keep things like my portable charger, and like a adapter to the wall for USB so that I, you know, can charge my phone. I bring my phone with me, I bring my headphones with me. Sometimes I'll bring bigger, like, sensory protection headphones. That isn't very often, but on days when I'm feeling kind of low, like I might need them, I do. So that is what is in my bag for work. A lot of it is service dog related, just because now that I have him, it's kind of difficult to, you know, not bring those sorts of things, especially now that he started coming to work with me. So I hope that this kind of answered all your questions about what I do keep in my bag and why I keep so much in my bag and why I bring such a big bag with me when I'm only going to be at work for like 8 hours. So I hope that answered all of your questions, and thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you again next time.